Good morning, everybody. My name is Bob Sullivan, Bob from Brockton. I'm the mayor of the City of Champions. I want to thank Kristen and her team and the coalition. I also want to give a shout out to my dream team. Sydney Merrill, my chief of staff, is here. Megan Bridges, my city solicitor, is here. Pat Hill, my DPW commissioner, is here. And John Fay, assistant planner for the City of Brockton, is here. And of course, Mayor Garcia, Mayor Reardon, thank you. We have a lot of work to do this week. We have a ton of work to do. And coming down to the City of Brockton, I welcome you with open arms. We have 106,000 residents in the great city. We are inclusive, we are welcoming, we are diverse, but we're also cutting edge. Many people don't know this. Thomas Edison lived in the City of Brockton for 2 years. We have the first electrified fire station that we still use, the main central fire station that Edison wired himself. First electrified streetlight and movie theater in the City of Brockton. So Brockton geographically is located in a really great location, right? You jump on the commuter rail. We have 3 stops in the City of Champions, and you can get into South Station in 35 minutes. If you have a car, you can jump in a car and get to Providence about the same time. So what I've done as mayor, I don't know if it's lucky or unlucky, but I became mayor 6 weeks before the pandemic. And so at that time, Mayor Walsh, Marty, and Lieutenant Governor Kim was Mayor Salem. We did a lot of Sunday night calls, a lot of Zooms, and a lot of mayors at that time said, listen, we have to pause construction, we have to just shut things down. And I went the other way. I said, I can't afford to in the city of Brockton. I grew born and raised in Brockton. We couldn't do it, because if we did, we'd be going 10 years in the wrong direction. So we did it in a safe way, but it's paid off. So one thing about Brockton, we have the first bright field in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts on Grove Street. First green elementary school in the Commonwealth is the Mary Baker School on the east side of the city of Brockton. As mayor, one of my duties is to be chairman of our Brockton area transit, our BAT bus. And I'm proud to say we have 5 electric buses on the road right now, with another 7 being built. Those 5 on the road are 35-footers. The next 7, 2 of those will be 40-footers. A really great thing about that, because we're not a wealthy community in terms of our financial ledger, we're wealthy with people. We have the largest Cape Verdean population in America in Brockton, Haitian and Angolan and Nigerian. It's always been a community of hardworking immigrants, right? My grandparents came from Ireland to work in the shoe factories. So when we look at Brockton and we figure out what is the next step, it's to analyze everything that's going to be efficient. It's also taking care of the next generation. So we are working with grant-funded money to have students at Brockton High School learn about EV technicians, to have a skill set, working with Mass Hire and Youth Build to give them the skill sets to move forward. Now, one thing, and I know Kristen stated it, for about 25 years, mayors have tried to build a public safety building, and it's always been shot down for whatever reason. But I was adamant that we would make it a reality, and we are. We have Suffolk Construction building a $150 million public safety building in the core of the city. It's not just police and fire, it's IT, which is going to leave Brockton High School and free up about 5 classroom spaces for the boys and girls and staff at Brockton High. And also BEMA, which is Brockton Emergency Management, is going to be moving. A lot of mayors used ARPA money in different ways, right? Some people used it to hire people, some people used it to kind of fill gaps in budgets. I didn't do that. I used money for legacy projects. 5,000 square foot addition, state-of-the-art, energy-efficient Council on Aging Senior Center for our elders. The War Memorial Building for our veterans. We did a energy-efficient and added an air conditioning unit that didn't exist. City Hall was built in 1892, and we are spending $14 million on that great building to make it more than energy efficient. It's going to be state-of-the-art, and it's awesome. A lot of you will be joining us Wednesday morning on a bus tour of the City of Brockton, which I welcome you with open arms. When people say, can we come to Brockton, I always say, bring your sneakers, and we're going to walk and talk. And that's what we're going to do when you come down to Brockton. A couple other things I just want to share with you. We have a professional baseball team in Brockton. It's called the Brockton Rocks. They play in the Frontier League. They're affiliated with Major League Baseball. And the stadium is a city asset. It's Campanelli Stadium. We own it. And abutting that is the Shaw Center, which is a conference center that we own. And so when I became mayor, I said I want those energy efficiencies, but I also want us to take the lights outside at the stadium and spend $4 million on it to make them LED. And they are unbelievable. People come down there and say it's better than Fenway. So come on down. Tickets are only $5 if you want to see you. Beers are only $2. But I think we have really a fiduciary duty to work together, right? This is all about collaboration, and it doesn't matter if you're a CEO or a mayor or someone dealing with compost. We are in the people business, right? That's our duty. We want to help people. We want to make sure the next generation thrives. I'm a dad of 3 kids. And so we have a lot of work to do this week. You know, it's sharing ideas, it's listening, it's learning, it's trying to figure out what is some of the conversations that we should talk about, right? And Pat and I talk about biosolids. Do you think I'd ever talk about waste growing up in Brockton? No. But we were able to work with Congressman Lynch and Senators Markey and Warren to get $2 million to do a study for the next 2 years on our biosolids in the city of Brockton, which again is going to pay dividends down the road. So I welcome all of you to offer us any suggestions, ideas, criticisms. We have what I say, the only limitation is we're only limited by our imagination, right? And one thing I do want to share, and I've said this many times, so my team in Brockton have heard this many times. As I said, I became the mayor of Brockton right before the pandemic, right? And so City Hall was closed, but I'd still go to reach it every day. And at 4 o'clock, my phone would ring. And not to be gloom and doom right now, but it would be the death call. And they would say, we lost X amount of people today. And we lost second highest in the Commonwealth, 549 people. But when I would come home, I would try to put on that happy smile face to my kids and my wife. And one day it was just tough because it got decimated at one of our nursing homes. We lost 8 people that day. And I came home, and the next morning I was at the breakfast table with my kids. And my daughter Grace, I have 2 boys and a girl, and Tommy, Will, and Grace. Gracie said, "What's the matter, Dad?" And I said, you know, it was a tough day at work yesterday. And so she said, "Well, when you go back today, you're going to be the kangaroo, Dad. You got to be the kangaroo." And I looked at her, I said, "Hon, I don't know what you're talking about." She said, "Dad, kangaroos physically, because of their tails, can't jump back. They can only jump ahead and ahead and ahead. So during the tough times, you have to be the kangaroo." Now, this is from an 11-year-old at the time, right? So we have a lot of naysayers, right? We bring Mass Save to Brockton all the time to work with a lot of our organizations, Cape Verdean Association, Haitian Community Partners, Latin Women Associations. Mass Save does yeoman's work. But I can't listen to the naysayers, right? Because if I did, we wouldn't have a $150 million public safety building. I definitely wouldn't have borrowed $98 million at 2.5% interest rates when I told everybody I'm borrowing now so we can lock in. So I'd ask you, I'd actually challenge you to all be the kangaroos, because honestly, it's an uphill battle at times with some folks, but we can control what's going to help our municipalities. 351 municipalities in the great Commonwealth of Massachusetts. So we have a lot of work to do. As my nanny used to say, "Bobby, roll up your sleeves and get the job done." So that's what we're going to do this week. So I thank you. I look forward to working with all of you, and let's get it done. Thank you.